Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you very much for joining us. And we are back with another AMA with the Kima. How you guys all doing? My name is Danny, community manager of Gay.io, and today's co-host of this AMA. So thank you very much for joining once again. And hope you guys are having a wonderful day, night, afternoon, wherever you guys are, and having a wonderful start of the day, week. All right. So Mark is recovering from the little small tiny correction from the over the weekend, but hope you guys stay safe, healthy, and yeah, doing fantastic in the trading as well and holding cryptos. Okay, so let's get the show started. So we got CEO of Kima, Aitan, with us. How you doing, sir?
Hello, pleasure to be here.
All right, thank you very much for joining us, and please introduce yourself briefly to our audience today.
Yeah, so I'm Eitan. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Kima. My personal background is in software engineering. Been around for a while. Started my career as a software engineer and did a variety of roles for multinational companies such as HP and BMC, and roles in the software scene like product management, marketing, services, sales, you name it. I probably did it. I created the HP innovation incubator for the global corporate, and I've been in the crypto space since 2013. Been involved in a bunch of projects. I co-founded a project that became the first Bitcoin MPC wallet back in 2013. So I was also took part in the security aspect of crypto, and Kima is by far my most ambitious project. And we've been working on Kima for almost 4 years now, and it's all materializing these days.
All right, thank you very much, Ethan, for your introduction. You have a wonderful backgrounds, especially in the cryptos, more likely just the back end and also project side. So thank you very much for your introductions. And yeah, so we got great builders, OG builders in the cryptos are here with us in this room. So hope we get to know. We hope you guys get excited about learning more about the Kima as well. So we got just give me a second. So we got a Kima official account. There you go, with us as well. So before we get that show discussions going, I would like to let you guys know we are running multiple campaigns. So first campaigns we got is referral campaign, as you guys already know. The user who invite your friends to watch this AMA session will each receive at least $5, and the new users should join the live stream on the Gay Live Room. Okay, and watch it. So watch the show, watch the AMA session for at least 5 minutes, but might as well stay tuned till the end. Okay, and those new users who watch this one as well will have a chance to share to win $5. But if users who need to deposit at least $50 on the day of registration to be qualified for this extra reward. All right, excuse me. And then also, new users need to go through a KYC verification and to receive the rewards as well. And we got another campaigns live airdrop on the Get Live Room. Red package will be distributed on the Get Live Room during this AME session. Multiple red packets will be distributed, so may pay attention to those. Red packets icon on the top right hand side of your screen. And the lucky draw winners, lucky audiences who watch this live session will have a chance to share the 701 Kima token prize pool. All right. And lastly, share to win campaigns. All these who share this live AMA live session on their social media will stand a chance to share the 467 Kima prize pool. All right. So we got a huge prize pool got going on. And this Lucky Draw winners campaign this one is for X audiences. So if you guys are on X, please just throw emojis. Show us that you're here with us and supporting us. And all right. So, and then nothing we discuss is financial advice. Always do your own research before you make any financial decisions, investment decisions. This is why we're here providing you the valuable and maybe helpful information about the Kima for today's AMA. So, I think the disclaimer is already all out. So let's go. Let's get the discussions going. So, brief introduction of the flow of the AMA. So, we got 5 questions prepared on our end and 5 questions from the community. We have so many questions submitted through the AMA question collecting post. So thank you very much for your participations. But as we have a limited time today, we only have to pick 5 questions. So okay. So let's get the first questions going. Eitan, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right, so let's get the discussion going. First question we got is, please introduce yourself. Introduce about Kima. So what is Kima Network?
Yeah. So Kima is, we like to call it the money transfer protocol. So we operate in the financial space. So we created the Kima as a settlement layer that is unique. Kima is the only settlement layer that can seamlessly connect to any type of ecosystem and move any type of asset class. We're completely asset agnostic. So I'm sure you and the audience, you all know bridges and you know other interoperability protocols, which are great. But we also see many hacks taking place to these protocols. And so when we started working on Kima, and this is we had actually we were a part of a different project which we had this need for interoperability. We needed to move around assets between both other chains and centralized exchanges. So we looked at the available solutions, and to be honest, we saw so many vulnerabilities or potential vulnerabilities in interoperability protocols. So we started building a solution. We said, what if we will build a solution that instead of trying to mitigate the vulnerabilities, like code compromises and key compromises in smart contracts, what if we eliminate those attack vectors altogether? And this is how Kima came to be. We created this unique architecture that enables the transfer of funds, and we are not using smart contracts whatsoever. We have a patent pending for that. And the other thing that is unique and special about Kima is the fact that we can also connect to bank accounts. So if you think of Kima as an interoperability protocol, you should stop thinking about cross-chain, but think about cross-ecosystem. So what if you could approve a transfer of $10 from your bank account to someone's wallet on a MetaMask wallet, or even a Gate wallet in an exchange, and all of that in a seamless manner. So Kima is that blockchain, an independent blockchain that can settle transactions to transfer funds, so they can be sent like sending a WhatsApp message or a Telegram message from one point to the other, without needing to handle the complexities of these cross-ecosystem transfers. We're not a solution for retail. We're not an application. We're not a bridge. We are providing the infrastructure to enable bridges and applications and payment solutions and so on to transfer funds seamlessly. So to summarize all of that, think of Kima as the infrastructure for the new economy that converges Web 2 and Web 3, converges fiat currencies and stable coins and other assets on private chains, public chains, bank accounts, you name it, credit cards. And we are that protocol that can move money around.
All right, thank you very much on a brief introduction on Akima. Or as we just already heard about it, just as introduction about Akima, we already getting excited about that already. What you guys are trying to achieve and on ramp and off ramp ecosystem between Web 2 and Web 3 and just all around the ecosystems, all types of the ecosystem. I would say outside of crypto, is that what we need as a crypto holders, investors, also the retails and also institutional, everyone actually, everyone every investors needs to uh, on ramp the fiat into Web 3. So this is a very interesting topic that we can discuss about, but no other projects has been achieved so far. There's a lot of, as you mentioned, there's a lot of cross chain protocols and the interoperability protocol between the two ecosystems, the EVMs and etc. So, so we got a lot of excitements going on with the Kima. So this is why the Kima is the most anticipated or TGE of 2024 this year. So let's talk about the TGE a little bit more. So Kima Networks TGE is just around the corner. Uses as I think if as you guys mentioned on the official Twitter as well and around the community. So can you give us a little quick overview of what this means for the projects and as well as the community?
Yeah, this is definitely a huge milestone for every project, definitely for Kima, because there are two things that are happening in parallel during TGE. One is obviously the token gets listed and available, which is a big thing, but in the grand scheme of things, there are bigger things that are happening. The fact that the token gets listed and becomes available means that the chain can actually live. So Kima is a proof of stake network. So as many of the audience here know, a proof of stake network is dependent on the staking of the token. So this is why we have a token. The token is the means to secure the network through staking. And the fact that the token exists and available and is accessible for the community means that it's not only that the chain can live and be secured through staking, it means that the community as a whole can now participate in the most important thing of the chain, which is to secure the chain. So by holding the token and delegating it to the validators, that is the big contribution for security. So the community can be part of securing the network. And this is amazing. This is a big deal because we are already in discussions and we did already POCs with various financial institutions. So think of it that the community can now take part in a global financial infrastructure where transactions will flow through the network and secure these transactions at a scale that we hope that we will reach. And this is really, if we're talking about adoption and we're talking about use cases for cryptocurrencies, for digital currencies. So now the community can be part of it. So this is the importance of the token. This is the importance of the participation of the community.
All right, thank you very much, Eitan, for answering this question. So, just a quick question. do you guys have a Telegram community and as well as a Discord community or other socials?
Yes, we have both, definitely.
All right. So which one is the most active? And for those that who are interested in joining and started getting involved in the community.
Yeah, so actually both communities are pretty vibrant and large, both Telegram and Discord. Telegram is a bit larger, but we whatever fits the taste of you guys, both are very alive. So Discord and Telegram definitely the place to be.
All right, awesome. Thank you very much, Ethan. So I think we can move on to the next question. So I think as you mentioned, the Kima is I think that Kima could have a potential to have, or actually, let's say, other projects and institutions and other projects, Web3 projects, even sometimes Web2 projects, Web2 companies, they want to utilize Kima products. So let's say Kima network, I'll say. So we can discuss about a partnership a little bit more if you could introduce that. So, but did you already partner up with some big industry leaders, such as FinSec from Mastercard and ChainGPT. So this is already huge partnerships. How have these partnerships influenced the Kima's journey so far?
Yeah, so ChainGPT is definitely an amazing partner of ours for as part of the journey. So the project is incubated by ChainGPT, and also we worked with them on the launchpad. So this is a very strategic partnership. The other types of partnerships, and you mentioned the FinSec. So FinSec is an innovation lab fully owned by Mastercard, and that innovation lab is selectively picking projects both in the cybersecurity space as well as the digital asset space. Projects with a unique technology. They're very technology driven. So they have this technological due diligence. So we partnered with them. We were chosen by them. They also invested. And the purpose was to work with them on building the infrastructure. They're running one of our testnet nodes in their labs. They introduced us to people within Mastercard and the Mastercard ecosystem, and that already yielded one proof of concept with an issuing company of cards in the Mastercard network. And what we did with them is something that was never done before. So there are multiple hybrid cards, so where you can top up your prepaid card, whether it's Visa or Mastercard, with stablecoins. But what hasn't been done before is that you can do that without an intermediary in the middle. So Kima enables you to top up a card, a Mastercard card in that case it was. So you could top up the card, so you can buy in the grocery store with the Mastercard prepaid card, but you topped it up with your stablecoins. And that missing link, that today the only way to do it is by having a company that does it. And obviously an intermediary means more fees, more risk, sometimes more time. In this case, that settlement, that transaction of USDT or USDC from someone's wallets to the card, that happened through Kima without the intermediary. So we're bringing this on-chain settlements also to the Web2 world, to the brick and mortar physical world of cards, without introducing additional intermediaries. And that is unique. That is something that was never done before. And this is part of the collaboration with FinSec. And we are working on some additional collaborations in that space.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah, these strategic partnerships are very strong, and it looks great for your Kima, and I think a few bright for future. You guys have a future, bright futures, and but let's talk about more about your let's go back to actually Kima network. Yeah, it's a Kima network itself. So Kima's mainnet is live. What is the significance of this milestone for you guys, and what does future growth looks like as far as your perspectives are concerned?
Yeah, so now the mainnet is live. That is something that it's not just us. We have quite a few projects eagerly waiting for the mainnet to go live, and now it's live. That means that the projects can now build uh, on top of Kima. So, as a reminder, when we typically talk about blockchains and when we say someone needs to build on top of it, that means that applications need to be built on top of the blockchain. In Kima's case, that is not right because we do not have smart contracts of our own. We do not need anyone to change their code or move from one chain to the other. We don't need those vampire strategies to encourage applications to move from one chain to the other and the liquidity from one chain to the other. In the Kima case, all you need to do is to add one API call. You can still live on Polygon, on Optimism, on Arbitrum, on Solana. You can live on Tron or any other chain. You don't need to move at all. All you need to do is just call the Kima transaction, provide the parameters. What are you moving from where to where? And that's it. So the integration is extremely fast and easy. No need to change chains, no need to change languages of code. None of that is needed for Kima. We live with every chain. And on top of it, if you're a Web2 application and you want to now accept stable coins or crypto assets, again, no need to do anything except for calling an API call or using the Kima SDK. So our view of the world is different from most chains, and we are getting requests from builders, from developers to start using this secure way of transferring funds without smart contracts. And so the major thing about the availability of the mainnet that it's now available in production. This is still early access. We have to remember we're dealing with money, we're dealing with funds. Security is the number one priority. And so we're gradually accepting more and more users. The SDK is available, but if those of you builders who want to reach out to us, we are assisting actively to those who want to integrate. Yes, starting today, the mainnet is available and can move starting tomorrow, move real money from one ecosystem to the other.
All right, exciting updates, and thank you very much. Okay, so maintenance live, and probably more and more builders and more projects will be interested in building or utilizing the Nakima network. So this is a great news for you guys, for you guys as well as for investors and for your people, for those people in the community and people who are interested in the Kima network. So let's but so I guess that with that we can go back to talk about we can go back to the topic of a TGE. So main is live, and now we're waiting for TGE. So all right, so what's next for Kima? But after TGE, so TGE is soon, and main is live already. So any exciting features or developments we should be on the lookout for in the future?
Oh yes. We're just starting. This unique architecture that we've built and we're launching is something that only is the tip of the iceberg for the features and capabilities that we're working on. And I'm happy to share some of those here with you today. So the mainnet in its current form is really the MVP. It's really the first step with the core functionality, the core capability of the chain. So what's coming? We have in our pipeline several additional features that will further increase the security of the network. Next year, early next year, we're planning to introduce a couple of groundbreaking features. One is the introduction of the fiat on-ramp and off-ramp capabilities. Again, we're not offering applications to do it, but if you're an application, if you're a builder, let's assume that you're building a game. And today, let's assume you do it on base. And today you accept payment from, let's assume, USDC and USDT on base. But you want to provide access to your game on base to any person on earth, regardless of the assets that they hold. You don't need them, you don't want them to bridge their assets, to on-ramp their assets before they come to you. So they can come to you with their credit card. They can come to you with their bank account. They can come to you with stable coins and assets on Tron, on Solana, even Bitcoin. We support. So that's the big promise. So the moment you integrate Kima, you're future proof, because today you integrated and we support 8 chains. In the near future, we will support many more chains and also fiat currency starting in Europe. So you don't have to change anything. The Kima API is future proof because you will be able to benefit from new customers with new assets, with new liquidity from everywhere as we add these ecosystems. So that's a big thing coming up early next year. The other thing is related to real world assets. So I talked about payments, but we have a unique addition coming for real world assets. Kima is going to provide atomic swaps for DVP. What is DVP? It's a delivery versus payment. So if two parties, one holding some kind of a real world asset, let's assume it's a tokenized stock, and the other party wants to purchase this stock, what Kima enables applications to provide peer-to-peer swap of the payment and the stock without intermediaries in the most secure way. So this is a new type of a transaction, and that nobody can provide it without smart contracts and without intermediaries. Truly peer-to-peer, without implementation of smart contracts, where the Kima blockchain functions as an escrow for this type of a transaction. Again, this is a huge innovation for the real-world asset space, and this is also coming next year. We have so many new things, exciting things that nobody did before in our labs that we build. But I think that's enough for now. Next year is going to be very exciting.
Indeed, it is going to be an exciting year for you guys, and then for not just for crypto, but also especially just for Kima. So this is like this revolutionary and revolutionary revolutional projects. I'll say it, that you guys are developing. So this is crazy stuff going on behind the scene. I'm pretty sure, and it's as far as your products and as well as partnerships as well. Okay, so thank you very much for answering all these five questions. So we got the exciting news in the futures and brief overview of the Kima network. So now let's hear some question from the community. As I mentioned, we only have to pick five questions out of so many questions submitted from the community. So those questions are great. So but some of the question might have been already covered and touched on by Ethan, but please bear with us. So just these questions are pre-picked before the AMA starts. So let's get into the first question coming from Kenzie. What inspired the creation of a Kima network, and how does it differ from existing interoperability solutions? Ethan.
Yeah. So, yeah, great questions. So this one, yeah, is asking about the story behind Kima, and there is a story which I implied briefly earlier. So before Kima, the founding team, we worked on another project. We worked on automatic hedging strategies for hedge funds and asset managers. It was all about automating risk management. And today, with the market, people tend to forget sometimes that you always need to hedge your risk. You need to be manage it. So we created an automatic set of tools for that. And so we used lots of complex financial instruments like derivatives, options, and perpetuals. And one of our potential customers coming from the Solana ecosystem wanted to use these tools, and we needed financial instruments from other ecosystems, specifically DYDX, which back then was on the Ethereum ecosystem, and also centralized exchanges that provided Bitcoin options. So that was impossible. How can you run something on Solana that actually invokes or leverages financial instruments on other ecosystems? And that really sparked the curiosity, the interest in this space, because we knew that if that crypto space wants to thrive, if it wants to be mainstream, it cannot live in silos anymore. It cannot live in islands of liquidity anymore. And the future of crypto is in interoperability. So we started designing the solution, and we saw that that solution was so unique and so useful to so many other builders and applications that eventually we decided to go all in and actually build Kima as the solution, and we just left the other project. So that's the story behind. We literally answered our own need, which is being an entrepreneur for so many years. This is always the best thing, right? Because if you have something that you need, there are probably many others that have the same need. So it's not about building something nice and hope for the best. It's answering an unmet need that you have, and verifying and validating that others have the same need.
All right, and thank you very much. Yes, so it's Kima network as far as right now. As of now, it's a one of a kind solutions for you guys for interoperability between other ecosystems. So let's look. But thank you very much for answering this question. So let's go to number two. Coming from HSA FI 5595. How does Kima Network plan to foster a robust developer community? What incentives and or support systems are in place for developers? And the next part, are there any plans for hackathons, grants, or educational programs to drive innovation on the platform?
Yes, great. And thank you for asking this because this is definitely a strategic part that I want to mention. I want to start when we talk about developers, I want to connect it to the previous question asking about the story, but also what's unique about Kima. And that is extremely relevant to the developer community. So Kima is different from every other interoperability solution, period. Why is that? Because we have a unique architecture that is protected by a patent that is pending. And we do that without smart contracts. What that provides is the ability to deploy faster, to have a more robust and more secure solution because there's no way to hack the smart contract, the code or the keys because there are no smart contracts. And so, the other thing is the fact that we're completely agnostic. So if you're a developer, you really want someone that will take care of the complexities of interoperability and just focus on your business. If you're a game developer, focus on the game. If you're a financial application, if you're a social application, if you're an enterprise Web3 application, just focus on your business, on your core capabilities, and the whole complexity of how do I accept payment, how do I settle transactions, all of that heavy lifting is being handled in this black box, which is Kima. It's open, it's not transparent, it's not black box in that sense, but it really takes away the complexities and allows you to build a more robust business. So as a developer, this is our promise. This is what we say. We want to take away the complexities of fragmentation in this space and let you focus. Now, this is strategic for us. We will build, we will thrive, we will succeed only if and when we have a thriving developers community. So being aware of that, we definitely have a series of tools to incentivize and support developers. We have a small grant program for the early adopters, which is still available. Many already are part of it, but that is something that is still available. We have a team within Kima that their entire role is to help developers succeed. So we help with understanding, we help with training, we help with solving problems, and we help with integration challenges. And this is something that we actively do as we speak. We do have plans for hackathons and additional grants. We already participated in several hackathons, but we plan to have some more. We have plans for bug bounty programs. So all of that is in the works. So I encourage developers first to reach out to us through the social media. Let us know that you're a developer, and we will immediately work with you. And also, if you're interested in the hackathons and the other programs, just either directly reach out or keep an eye on social media for these announcements.
All right, thank you very much, Ethan, for answering this question. So let's move on to next question. Next week question we got is coming from Captain SS. Kima is an interoperability aggregator protocol that brings together decentralized applications or dApps across multiple blockchains. How do you achieve cross-chain interoperability that spans so many blockchains? What system did you use to achieve this? I'm pretty sure you elaborate. I mean, you touched on this, but please elaborate on this.
Yes. Talking about the how is uh, might be to some pretty complex and overwhelming, but I will simplify it. And before that, I really encourage people to read our white papers, including the technical white paper, which go in great length and details to explain how we do it. As I mentioned, whatever we do without smart contracts. That means that the code is all running within the validator node. So why is that important? Because you don't need to trust the people who develop the smart contracts that hold funds for the bridging or the transfer purposes. So Kima secures the vaults that hold the funds. Without smart contracts, the control of these vaults that hold funds is done by the network, by the consensus. And that is a unique architecture. That is the part that we patented. So a transfer for Kima, we never do minting. We never do create synthetic tokens. A transfer for Kima is always it has two parts. It has a deposit, local deposit into the vault that is secured by the blockchain, and then a local withdrawal from a vault secured by the Kima blockchain. So if you're trying to transfer 10 USDT from Tron to Solana, then you will be asked to deposit 10 USDT on Tron, and then 10 USDT will be sent from the Solana liquidity pool into the destination. So Kima is not only a blockchain, it's also a liquidity aggregation and management protocol. It's an ecosystem of liquidity that is managed by the blockchain. So that is the how. That is really at the very high level. And again, it is explained in much more detail in the technical white paper.
All right, thank you very much. Yes, a little bit of complexity going on with, especially for non tech folks. But thank you very much for simplifying and explanations. So let's go on to number 4 question, coming from OX Megumi. Question is, how does Kima Network ensure seamless and compliant transfers between disconnected systems, such as public blockchains, private blockchains, and bank accounts? What challenges have you faced in implementing your cross blockchain settlement engine?
Yeah, so that's a great follow-up question to the previous one. So I explained that Kima is not only a blockchain, it's a system that aggregates liquidity across fragmented, siloed liquidity pools. So we have a liquidity pool on every supported ecosystem. That means that we have liquidity pools for every stable coin and asset that we support in the chains that we support, but also in chains that do not necessarily have smart contracts. And this is why we can be agnostic, because we don't use smart contracts. We can work with Bitcoin and we can work with bank accounts. So the way we work is always working with the native assets on every ecosystem that we work. Why is that important? Because many interoperability solutions, they mint synthetic representation. They lock on chain A and then they mint on chain B. This is something that we did not do. We think that it has many risks, and we came up with this alternative solution. Plus, you cannot mint a US dollar, right? You can only mint it with a smart contract on a blockchain. But if you really want to support fiat, you cannot use the lock and mint. And the Kima's solution is completely agnostic, and it works on every chain. The decision to work only with native tokens is when you think of it, is pretty logical, because if I want to send someone $100, fiat dollars, and I have a bill of $100, minting a synthetic token on the other end is like faxing, using a fax machine, or sending a photo of the $100 that I have to someone else, and promising that I'm not going to use the $100. Obviously, this doesn't cut it in the real world. So we think it doesn't need to work, or it has many risks for those who are trying to do it in the crypto world. So with Kima, we have these wallets or accounts on every ecosystem, and it's always a lock, a deposit, and withdrawal. No minting of synthetic tokens, and bank accounts are just yet another liquidity pool when you think of it. We keep a bank account in every jurisdiction, so you can deposit into the bank account and withdraw from crypto. That's an on-ramp, and the other way around is depositing crypto and withdrawing bank accounts. Obviously, everything we do is compliant. So we work with service providers that have license to work with bank accounts and fiat. So there's no challenge here. The compliance part is completely solved.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much for elaborations and explanations on that. And I think let's go into the last question. This is the last question we got, coming from Wasic, I guess, 0023. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. The question is, what are the unique value propositions of holding Kima in the Kima ecosystem, and how do they enhance investors' engagements and participation in the platform's governance and financial applications?
So the Kima token was created because we must have a token. Being a proof of stake network, there's no network that you can stake tokens without the native token. And Kima is no exception. This is why we need a token. This is why we have a token. So the token is being used for staking purposes, and the community can participate by delegating Kima tokens to the validators, and therefore they participate in the security of the network. That's the number one utility. On top of that, we have the Kima token is being used by developers to pay gas fees. So the end users, they may not even aware that they're using Kima. They may use an application that uses Kima, and the gas is being paid by the application itself. So the application needs to hold Kima tokens to pay gas fees. That's again pretty standard procedure. So these are the main utilities. It's first and foremost securing the network and paying gas. The gas that is being paid is Kima is also being used to incentivize the validators. When they validate transactions, they and the stakers, they get 25% of the fees that the chain charges. 25% is being distributed to the validators and that staked Kima tokens. So that provides a way to that's the incentivization for the work that the validators do.
All right, thank you very much, Ethan, for answering all these 10 questions that we got. Five from the community, but community, thank you very much for participation once again. And Ethan, before wrapping up this place, is there any last words or anything else that you want to share with our the audience today?
So I think as I always do that, just the message is we want the community to be part of it. Whether you're the broader community, we invite you to take part in the security of the network by delegating Kima tokens and helping securing, making this network so way more secure than every other solution that is available. The other thing is the developer community. I encourage you to give it a try, give it a spin. We're very early. There are problems. I can assure you, after 3 decades in software business, no project is being rolled out without problems. But if you're an early adopter, we are looking for the early adopters. Come be part of this journey. Help us mature the system. Be part of this amazing journey of changing the way the financial world can move money around. So reach out to us. Be part of the developer community as well. And for all the rest, keep an eye on the announcements. We're going to have some amazing things happening. So be part of the social media as well.
All right, thank you very much. So exciting stuff is going on with the Kima Network, and I hope you learned a lot from Ethan about the Kima Networks and Kima Networks visions, futures, and everything. So I don't know, I don't see why, or I don't see any reasons why you're not bullish with on Kima. So if you guys you want to start getting involved in the community, please join the community, and then also give Ethan and the Kima Network a follow on official Twitter accounts. And also give us a follow as well. Gate Live accounts and Gate.io official accounts. And once again, thank you very much for all your participations in all the events we got going on for this AMA. And yeah, hope you win some of them. And the Lucky Draw winners will be announced after this AMA, so please stay tuned. And thank you very much for commenting in the comment section below. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and join the Telegram community or Discord community. So the team members will be able to help you guys out. All right, and if you guys were interested in building on Akima, please contact them as well. So they're there to assist you guys. All right, so. Hope you guys have learned a lot today, and this is one of the most best AMAs I've had. So as far as what we can look for in the futures, and bright futures are bright. So good luck to you guys, and best of luck in the future endeavors, Aitan and Akima Networks. Thank you very much for joining us, and thank you very much for tuning to all this AMA, and thank you very much for staying till the end. All right, hope you guys having a wonderful day, night, afternoon, and we'll be right back with you guys in a few hours. So with another AMA. So please stay tuned as well. All right. So thank you very much. Have a great day, night, afternoon, wherever you guys are. Stay safe, stay healthy. Bye bye. Thank you, Aitan and Akima.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.